please like.
Nerdrotic.com.
The people that they appeal to are fucking broke. Like we're seeing that in the comic book industry. They're pissy broke.
Well, on top of that, they don't have money because they don't have jobs. And then they also don't actually care about the things that they claim to care about. So even if they did have money, they wouldn't even buy your shit.
That's true.
If they had money to buy your shit, they wouldn't because they don't care.
A lot of these people are communists or like the communist ideals. So even if they have money, as you say, they wouldn't buy it because it's not your comic, it's their comic. So they are going to pay shit.
Yeah, they'll pirate it before they every fucking.
But what they're doing, what the people in the comic industry are doing is because of the circles that they go in. They're getting their failed characters on the screen, which is giving them a payday because they're getting fucking residuals from that. And that's the scam.
These characters were specifically created for that. Like it didn't even feel organic, which is why they showed up so fast. And I called it. I'm going to reshare I did a video. I think it was 2018. I did a video. And I said, be prepared. You're about to get a fucking boatload of character that nobody fucking asked for. And I named like all of these guys: America Chavez, Riri Williams, Kamala. I named literally all of those. And like a year later, Marvel's like, "Hey, look who we got coming! Who's getting their own show? A bunch of characters that just got created."
No, like I'm such a fan of Marvel in general, so being here is just like I'm like shaking just being.
Like being invited. I'm like, ah!
Everybody's forced to have to put our tinfoil hats on to figure out what the fuck's going on because so many folks in the comic book industry are failing upward. You look at Kelly Thompson. She's the example that I had used. Kelly Thompson produced that West Coast Avengers book that I don't know if you guys remember. You probably don't remember it because it was asshole.
I did. It's pure shit.
Yes, it was dog water. She gets promoted with getting first Captain Marvel, which that was also dead on arrival.
Yep.
But then she gets Black Widow and Deadpool. Like, what on earth did she do to deserve to write either of those? Especially considering that the Saska sisters had just wrote this like book that got everybody intrigued with Black Widow again. They didn't get rewarded. It wasn't because they wouldn't do it. I know them personally. It was like it wasn't like we wouldn't have did it. They of course would have wrote an ongoing series. But Kelly Thompson got it. So. You know, you have to put your tinfoil hat on because you got to try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Does it make any sense?
Kelly Thompson is connected. She is very connected to a lot of men in the comic book industry, and that was very deliberate. And because she's connected to a lot of men, you can use your imagination beyond that. That's why she got the gig.
What about Max beside you? Have you seen that? Max is always begging for money on Twitter for the rent.
Yeah.
Max gets books on DC and Marvel, and she even got, or he, I don't know, I don't give a fuck, got a show on Sci-Fi. I remember. And the comic in which that show is based on, that comic didn't sell good.
It didn't finish. It sold so poorly. They had to finish the sixth issue had to come out in the graphic novel, which barely charted on the issue by the way, the chart's 400. It's like 400 long, and it was like 398 or something like that.
Yeah. From my sources within the industry, she didn't get paid for that TV show. It got bumped to the evening, like 11 p.m. slot after like 3-ish episodes or 2 episodes. And then it just rotted and it never got renewed. So she didn't get shit. She's blacklisted from DC and Marvel because of her behavior. So that's why she's not getting work.
She was blackmailing people.
Yeah, and now she's extorting money off people on crowdfunding sites, saying that I can't pay my rent. And therefore, you know, with her connections with the Whisper Network, if you're not shown to be giving money, and you've got to do it, of course, not anonymously. You've got to do it and show your name. You got to show who you are. You got to show who's coming into the kingdom and prostrating them in front of the Lord.
Paying tribute.
Yeah, paying tribute, exactly. So they've got to do it openly as well.
Oh, I was going to say that what we're doing here is exactly what they do in their little Whisper Network thing. So this is all hearsay, by the way. We can't confirm any of this, but
Yeah. This is just what we hear.
All of this stuff is promoted. It doesn't matter whether it's Star Wars or Marvel or comic books or DC or whatever. All this stuff is promoted towards these social media engagements, these Twitter likes.
Yeah.
When you go through Twitter, look at these people, these stan accounts who all have like pronouns in their bios. They make
mental
fan
issues in a bio.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time a new show comes out, that's their profile page. Like,
they're like 16 or 17 years old. They don't actually have any capital. What are they going to do? They're probably maybe going to go to college and waste a bunch of money and never get a job and just sit at their parents' house for the next 10 years. So like that's like the audience you're trying to get. All for the sake of Twitter likes. So that looks good. And that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And it's not a good long-term plan.
T. Franklin made that post when she did what she did to Vixen in that whatever Eat Bang Kill tour shit with Harley Quinn. She posts where are the headlines about what we did, because that's why she's doing it.
Yeah,
she outed herself. Exactly why they're doing. They're not in the interest of fucking. And this is the disconnect. And people that have worked with mega corporate entities, like I used to work for, I did networking. So I worked in the corporate office for $1 billion industry. And to see the disconnect between, because every now and then I went in the field, the disconnect between the people that are on the ground that are working versus the VPs, it's night and day. They have no fucking idea what's going on. They just trust that there's some weirdos in the middle that are leading them to the right, in the right direction. And they'll talk about the bottom line, every quarter or whatever and whatnot. That's a lot of what we have right now. I remember we did this on stream. We're looking at, I was like, who the fuck? Because DC was doing some questionable marketing shit. And I'm like, who the fuck is or have they hired? Like, what is going on? And the person looks like exactly what you would fucking envision. Like these people get out of these universities coming out with these shit ideas, and they're funneling bad information to the people up top. And they have convinced the people that are actually creating it that this or the people that they've convinced the people that are paying for it, rather subsidizing it, that this is either going to make money now or more so maybe in the long run. Like you're getting ahead of it, because the people on the ground, they get their money regardless. Their commission. They don't give a fuck if they're making money off of, let's say, a book or anything. They're just in it for their personal social political views. That's it, which is why they care so much about the headlines and the Twitter likes and the Instagram likes and all of that, even though that doesn't equal money, which is why we look at it and we say, why the fuck would you do that? You're appealing to an audience of people that ain't got money. Yeah. Like they're broke. They're fucking like they're legit broke. You're appealing to people that don't have money, and folks that work at these comic shops. Who's there every Wednesday. It ain't these blue-haired fucking weirdos. It's not them, but you're appealing to them, and I think that just speaks to the disconnect there. And the well's got to run dry.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help. And if you did this with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.